you're making analogies that are horribly bad faith and honestly kind of evil.
Look, I don't want to be too rude, but you are a prick, my man.
So I learned this from Infrared.
Wait,
right
sorry, Charmhole, can I
crash.
check something? Infrared, is that the Destiny Orbiter? Is that who you're talking about? Charmhole, stop making everything about you.
I'm saying it's...
You've got to make it happen.
Whoever, like, mythic politics and stuff like that, they don't get here, So we're going to go and get this kick started. So, hi, everyone. Today, the topic is about political violence. And what we're talking about specifically is political violence effective? And is it okay in any way? And we'll go with opening statements, and we'll start with ChudLogic.
Yeah, political violence is like just a reality of the world. All of us sport one form of political violence or another. So I hope this doesn't just turn into a semantic discussion. But the one point I would make is that political violence, often we think of it as some little jihadi fella blowing up American soldiers in a convoy or some shit. But actually, there's a lot more political violence than we would give credence for. But it's always framed in a certain way to benefit liberal hegemony, I guess, would be my perspective on it. But anyway, there we go. That's my take. We'll go from there.
All right, Dr. Joe Mama.
So, yeah, I mean, like ChudLogic said, there's a lot of semantics to be involved. I'd like people to understand that political violence is an umbrella term, and can either...
No!
Oh, no!
Oh, sorry. Fuck. I meet myself. Sorry, my bad.
It's an umbrella term, right? And it describes some sort of violence for political gain, either by the state, a state-controlled entity, or outside of the state. And this can include harming people or property damage. And so I'd actually like to, I don't know how the conversation's going to go, but I'd really like to discuss how effective political violence can truly be. There's like a long-standing myth that nonviolent movements are the only political movements that are effective or have or are effective in creating long-lasting change.
How do I do
however,
a
I'm trying
quick key to mute my mic?
Angle, to like kind of dispel that idea, exclusive from like moral justifications. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, Grimlow.
Okay, yeah, so political violence, like everyone's saying, is a broad term. I hope that we can kind of narrow it down to exactly what we mean by... Come on, Jesus Christ. What we mean by political violence, and yeah, are we talking structural? Are we talking about individual acts? Are we talking about like mass mobilization and protests, whatever? Yeah, I hope we can kind of be narrow about it, because it is going to devolve into just like my side's better than yours, and that's my take.
James from the internet.
That's James from America, and I'm a just come out and say it, since apparently all y'all non-patriotic pansies ain't gonna say it. So political violence is bad, because you should back the blue, unless it's against Marxists, because those people are the ones who sell your daughters heroin and turn them into lesbians. And that's not really political violence, because Jesus is against Marxists too. That's my take.
Okay, Rhizome.
James from the Heartland.
James from the Heartland. My take's pretty simple. Politics is violence. Next.
Okay. All right. So, personal good friend of mine who came back after being deployed from the military has returned. So please, everyone, go give a follow to Iron Sproutcus. Iron Sproutcus, go give us your opening statement.
It's the Sproutcus on Twitch. So you're probably not gonna be able to find I am Sproutcus.
Yeah, the Sproutcus. I forgot you changed your fucking name.
No, you're good. So I think political violence is okay depending on how tyrannical your government is. If you don't have an extremely tyrannical government, I think political violence is not okay. But if you are underneath the tyrannical government, I believe that political violence is okay.
All right, Demon Machine.
Political violence is quite effective. It's just a moral gray area as to whether you should do it or not. Depends on what you're doing.
Yeah, Kevin Logan.
Yeah, political violence is arguably the most effective thing that exists. Depending on whether it's revolution or the police or the army or whatever, even right down to borders. Anyone seeing the situation in Ukraine, Poland right now? Literally a line on the map can mean they will draw guns on you and stop you from moving from one piece of a field to another piece of a field. Political violence is much more broad than people give it any credit for, and Yeah, like you say, it's the morality of it rather than the effectiveness of it that is debatable.
Floor is open.
I mean, that's like super fucking. What's the word? Not basic, but you're getting like to the ground level of existence with that one. Like one piece of dirt to another piece of dirt. Yes, everybody owns something somewhere at some point in their existence, so we're all going to have that problem.
Well, no, my point wasn't that it's that it has to be taken down to that level. It's the idea that people think, as I think ChudLogic pointed out, that it's not just like some jihadi person.
Yeah, I mean, it's you have
everything.
political violence with your neighbors because they're part of the HOA and you fucking hate them because they made you cut your bushes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
It's
And
just,
you-
do you burn down their house or do you just steal their car?
Yo, HOAs are communism, so feel free to fucking blow that shit to smithereens.
That's why I don't live in one.
True.
I got to make sure I can leave my truck in my yard.
James from America. Is it the same? Is it backing the blue if you shoot the police in the back?
No. You listen. We can't be talking about violence against the state and violence against police. Okay, you got to back the blue, my friend. That's why we're not a bunch of fucking haphazard, no economy having commies like 2/3 of this goddamn planet because they're fucking filled with Marxists and they don't back the blue.
The police is the state. I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, the state you would be supporting a totalitarian regime if you only supported the blue, because they can enforce whatever laws they decide to make, and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah, but they only make good laws because they're the police.
Okay.
I can't tell if this is a character or not. Is this a character, or are you being serious?
This is 100% James' earnest, man.
This is always James. I don't know.
Can't
if
believe
checked
you
out
would
his
even
content.
disrespect
Yeah.
that.
Wow. What the
Oh,
fuck?
I see. Okay, so this is a character. Okay, I understand.
No, this is completely real.
Look at the Bud
You don't-
Light. He's drinking his Bud Light.
Yeah, you don't drink Bud Light as a character, dude. That's a lifestyle.
He's shed the Adidas skin. The tracksuit's gone. Now he's become his true American self. He's realized
Yeah,
the
'cause
glory, man.
Now I understand
Oh.
the importance of him describing himself as James of America instead of James of the internet. Now I get it.
He's
now.
renewed. He's seen the light, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rebirth. Born again.
His brain has
once
grown.
Once I found out that people in Ukraine have internet, and seeing as how they're horrible commies, I had to fucking get off the internet and get back to America.
Wait, so you're just every straw man that has ever existed? It rolled into a one entity?
What? I'm all American, man. I don't know what
Exactly.
you're talking about.
He's a
Definitely
red-blooded patriot, brother. What the fuck?
This is
Absolutely.
definitely a character.
I can't believe
Amazing.
this disrespect that I'm seeing for
Yeah,
fellow.
this is
Yeah, dude.
Red-blooded
so much for
American.
the tolerant right.
this is fucked up. Yeah. Go
Just
ahead.
because you live here doesn't mean you deserve respect.
No, I deserve respect. 'cause
Oh,
I'm
Americans
American
don't
and I
deserve
back the
respect?
blue.
It's fucked
Yeah,
up.
no, just the fact that you're from America means you don't deserve.
That
respect.
doesn't. Nobody deserves respect. You must earn it.
Except the
blue
troops.
have earned the respect.
Yeah, what about the troops?
Yeah, they put their lives on the line every day so that you can eat your fucking McDonald's and sit at home and watch fucking goddamn
Yeah.
reruns of Survivor and shit. If it wasn't for
right.
them, they're the only thing standing between you and chaos.
Yeah,
And all these
dude. When
goddamn
Chris
fucking
Kyle was doing
Marxists
all those
and
war crimes, he was
communists
protecting
and
our
fucking
freedoms.
Antifers. Yeah, all they want to do is just burn shit to the ground. Oh, BLM, burn shit to the ground. Yeah, let's keep having political violence. Next thing you know, this whole goddamn country is going to be lit up like a fucking tiki torch.
So are we just gonna watch and listen to this
Slip.
character? Or are we actually gonna talk about the topic?
Yeah,
I think we're just gonna
Talk
watch
about the
and
topic.
I think we're
Okay.
just gonna watch James.
Serious
Yeah,
question though.
I'm
Like,
kinda
what,
digging
what
it.
is there to talk about? I think we all just kind of agree, don't we? Like,
It sounded like we all agreed.
unless
Yeah.
I
it
think
sounded
the only
like
thing
we
to
all
talk
agree.
about was what Spartacus said, where non-tyrannical political violence not okay, tyrannical political violence okay. That was the only thing I heard where there seemed to be like any disagreement, at least from my side.
Well, it also depends on like what you consider to be tyrannical and not
Yeah.
tyrannical.
Yeah.
Or what you consider to be violence.
Okay, well, that's not so subjective.
Well, clearly, Hitler would have been in
The-
favor of mass
Sprout
mandate.
might disagree that, like poverty is violence.
That is not so. Why are we getting into semantics? That poverty is not a form of political violence.
Yeah, poverty is not a form of political violence.
Yeah, hurting someone or destruction of property is a form of political violence.
I mean, we
Poverty
can
is
look
not a
up the
form of political
definition
violence.
Hang on.
of political
If-
violence, but I was hoping we didn't have to go into the semantics.
Well, hang on, I do have to bring up that the poverty is something that could be alleviated, and political choice chooses not to.
Yeah,
Homelessness is a thing that could be ended. With the amount of wealth in homes in the world, we could have no homeless people. political decisions have been made.
How are you going to
which
accomplish
allow
that?
that to take place?
Right, but that is not something that is a product of political violence. Now, that's something that can be changed via political violence. If you look at the welfare rights movement in the 60s, that is something that has slightly been alleviated by political violence. There's actually a really interesting study written by Turbet shown that the severity of riots in the 60s in America has been tightly correlated and caused an increase of welfare spending in 23 cities that were subjected to rioting. And so, like, poverty itself is not violence, but you can use violence to alleviate poverty.
Hang on,
It's
when
silly.
someone, hang on, no, well, actually, again, homelessness with say, someone who can't afford their rent, through no fault of their own, say they get injured and they don't get covered by the insurance, they get evicted from their home, and they and their family are now on the streets due to a political decision or decisions that have been made over generations. They are now homeless through an act of direct physical violence by being dragged out of their homes.
Well,
That
the
is-
act
Right.
of dragging the person would be an act of political violence, sure, but the act of being homeless or being poor is not a form of political violence.
Okay, hang on. Do you
Well, you can
think
keep
the
saying
being
that,
the
but-
homeless is the violence, or that the lack of existence of policies that cause people to be homeless is violent? Are you trying to separate those two, or are you unable to separate those two?
No, those two things are separated. They're exclusive from one another. So you can
they're
use
not.
political violence to perpetuate poverty, but poverty itself is not violent. It's not a form of political violence. You can
Wait, let me
talk
just-
about
let
it
me
being a
just
form
put-
of you can talk about it being a
Incredible.
form of oppression, but it's not a form of violence.
Let me
It was
just
a
go
form
ahead.
of
I don't know. I
oppression,
mean,
not
like when you
violence.
starve
What-
people, whenever you cut them off from
Give me 1
access
second.
to social
Give me 1 second.
services.
We evidently need to go into
Pretty violent.
semantic definitions because evidently we're not there yet. So,
Nope.
political violence broadly defined, including guerrilla warfare, insurgency, terrorism, rebellion, revolution, rioting, and civil war, can be distinguished in several ways: by the nature of the objectives, by the targets of attacks, and by the organizational structure of groups, and only by the repertoire of actions.
Well, thank you, dictionary.com.
Yeah.
I just thought I'd give the definition since we're all talking
Owned by
semantics
Webster.
now. We're not actually talking about whether or not political violence is okay or not. We're all just talking about the definition of political violence. I was hoping
Yeah.
this wouldn't turn into a semantical argument, but we're 5 minutes in and we're already
Welcome
talking
to
semantics.
Chud Nation.
Why the fuck are you making me agree with Sprouticus? I don't want to agree with Sprouticus.
You don't have to.
Yeah, I don't. I do have to because he's right about this. It's fucking annoying.
I mean, you could stop being
hurt
wrong
someone
anytime.
physically, if you hurt someone physically or perform property damage, that's political violence. If you perpetuate poverty via the use of political policy, that's just oppression. Now you can perpetuate
can I just ask
poverty
you,
via.
how do
you
you
can
do
hold on.
oppression without violence?
You can perpetuate poverty via violence, but that violence is separate from the poverty. The poverty itself is not violent.
Oh, this is ridiculous. How is oppression? How is a form of oppression not inherently violent?
How is a form of oppression not inherently violent? You can use violence to perpetuate oppression. Okay,
Which they do.
but
Yes.
poverty itself is not violent. Like being
You can
poor,
tell yourself that as much as you like, but you're trying to make as differentiation beterent two things that are not different.
I don't
you can-
understand
thing
how
is,
those two things could ever be the same.
You can correlate.
Dr. Joe Mama, coercing somebody into certain outcomes due to like their lived experience and like the system that gave rose to them is not political violence.
If you use the police to fucking drag people in the streets to be homeless, that's political violence.
So there's two
If
quick things.
Coercion is coercion. Hurting someone or performing property damage is violence.
How is putting someone on a fucking street not hurting somebody?
The thing is, you can look at different definitions and describe a cause and effect relationship between two different phenomenon and describe correlation between different phenomenon, but you don't have to like lump everything into one term because it's not like you're not using words correctly. This is just
This is
I don't know,
what I
these are
agree with you
words.
about.
Yeah. Why are you making me agree with right
so for
wingers? What the fuck is this?
clarification-
Words so that way we can communicate clearly amongst each other and understand
exactly.
what the fuck somebody else is saying. Instead, we're trying to make all these words mean the same damn thing, and so nobody knows what anybody else is talking about.
Well, so let's clarify. Also,
Fantastic.
hello, I'm Charmhole. So I think two things here that'll help clarify and like lift the air. So there's such a thing. I learned this. There's active violence, which would be a cop taking his gun and pistol whipping somebody. And then there's passive violence, right, which would be something along the lines of implied violence, right? Like when you're protesting and you see a line of police, you know at any moment they could do violence. So they're using the threat of potential active violence, which is called passive violence.
No,
Okay,
I'm gonna
so
have to stop you
now
there. I don't agree with
we'll
that.
just
Oh
real quick
man, no,
then.
not nuance. Oh,
So
fuck.
I know, right?
Welcome
Crazy.
to
I'd hate to
Nation.
learn something on a
Just
Twitch
got back.
politics panel.
How is the
So something I learned a few years ago is another thing called structural poverty, which I believe is a form of passive violence. If you have a city where it's literally hard for people who don't have a lot of expendable capital and money to literally move around, it's hard for them to move around and like live. That's structural poverty. That is passive violence. So if we talk about political passive violence, it'd be something like, James from the internet banning Charmhole from his Twitch channel.
What, is Charmhole another commie?
Holy shit.
I am now because of you.
All right.
I want to hear more about this
The
ban,
USA.
James. Why did you ban him from your chat? What's that about?
Oh, well, I haven't yet, but now that I found out he's a communist, I definitely have to get my mods on that shit. Because, again, this is the problem that y'all ignore. See, fucking cultural Marxism doesn't just fucking jump out like with a big stick and beat you over the head. It's insidious. It slowly seeps into your culture. And what happens is over the years and over the decades, you go from having a nice, normal, law-abiding society where everybody gets to enjoy their day. They get to drop off their kids at school. They get to go shopping. They get to barbecue with the family in the backyard. They get to wave hi to their neighbors. They get to do all of that because we have no political violence in this country. And that's how it should stay. And every once in a while, some random city somewhere, some BLM protesters show up, and next thing you know, everything's on fire. And it wouldn't happen. People just followed the law and listened to the police, okay? Everybody's in here complaining about, oh, people getting arrested for this, people getting arrested for that. Who the fuck do you think writes the laws in this country? The people we all vote for. You're making it sound like it's like some elite oppressive class, like up in a fucking ivory tower that just, magically fucking pops up. This isn't like Putin where you can just fucking buy an election and then get reelected 7 times by 90%, okay? We have laws in this country that are written by the people that we, the people, vote for. And the police go out and they enforce those laws. And those laws are what separate us from chaos and anarchy.
The only thing you're missing there is a butchered Martin Luther King quote. Could you add that in? Yeah.
What? I need to quote the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King to somehow make what I'm saying.
He said,
"Don't
have a dream."
Yeah.
Really bring it home. Talk about the content of your character.
Yeah, and you got to butcher it too. You got to make sure
we got to
quote
say
it properly.
that. Listen. If I really need to continue making these points, I'll save them for an hour or two. Don't worry. But I'd like to think we could all have a rational conversation about A, what political violence is, and B, why it's wrong.
I already know what political violence is.
This is
apparently
turning
not
into like a
everybody agrees with
semantic. This
you.
is just like turning into like a semantic conversation. I think that's the problem. And it's
Yeah.
kind of just I don't know. It's just kind of like
I was kind of worried about this too.
Which
That's where we
you're right,
started.
Chud. It is a semantical argument, which is also a form of passive liberal political violence.
based. Tell him, Charmel. Go on.
Thank you. Well, so say, oh my God, my Twitch channel was banned for 7 days because I was making pro-Russian arguments in a Ukrainian channel, right? You have to think about that. If I'm banned, that's a form of political violence, is it not? Passive political violence. Obviously, they're not punching me in the head.
Yeah, but to be fair, it's also fucking based, so,
Well, yeah, it could be based, but it's also still based political passive violence.
Are you mocking British
say,
accents there,
Zelensky.
Charmhole?
Anglophobia on the panel.
No, I was just repeating exactly what he was saying. That's all.
No, that's a form of political violence. I think mocking accents.
Oh, I think it's a form of political flirting. Actually, I was politically flirting with them.
Didn't you say, Charmhole, that saying you're pro-Ukraine means you're pro-political violence?
If you are, so Zelensky, I just learned from Chud's channel. Thank you, Chud. While he was listening to the hippy dippy, was that Zelensky had stopped a lot of forms of Russian media, right? That's another form
Well,
of
I don't know
passive
enough.
political
Wait,
violence.
I didn't. I just heard it. I didn't really look into it at the time, but to take that with a pinch of salt.
I'm sure it's true because Twitch
Well, no,
is
that's not. Okay, go on.
like banning. Well, I mean, Amazon is banning people who are pro-Russian, right? Like, all you have to do is look at Twitter, and like you'll see like Caleb Maupin, Russia state-affiliated content. Be careful, everybody! Watch
Oh, no.
out! The commies coming for you! Like,
Wait a
I
second.
feel like
Wasn't
that's
Wait
another
a
form
second.
of-
Wait,
wasn't-
Russia's able to tweet still?
Yeah, but it says there's a little note that says
Oh.
Russia state-affiliated political commentator
Yeah.
or some shit, or like poster, right?
But wait, I'm
So-
pretty sure it was labeled like that because Caleb pushes like the party line on his own Twitter feed, right? Like that's probably why they did it, surely.
So then you can agree that it's political violence that they would mute and ban RT Russia Today.
Where's that happened?
An acceptable form, probably.
I wouldn't call mute or ban political violence.
Passive political violence.
I wouldn't even call it passive political violence.
Why not?
Because it's not violent.
How?
Do we need to look up the definition?
Oh,
of
because
violence?
no
I mean,
one
we
was.
didn't have
I'm
to beat
asking
anybody.
you. If you don't know, if you're dumb, then
obviously
you.
of violence.
If you don't know and you can't answer, then you're.
The definition of violence
just
is
leave.
behavior involving physical force intended to hurt, damage, or kill someone or something.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that is
hurt
a
and
very
damage.
narrow, myopic
If we
let's-
add
view of
let's
political
focus
with
on the hurt
violence,
and
it does
damage.
not match political violence. It's physical force. Where they use physical
Right, that's where
force
violence comes into
intended
play.
Okay.
to hurt,
Violence
damage, or
means
kill
punch.
someone or something.
Hurt
Did they do
or
that?
damage. Have you
Physical
ever
force.
been yelled at and
Physical
then
force.
cried? Have you ever
Fucking
like
listen.
cried
Physical
because you got
force.
yelled at? too hard?
Physical force.
I feel like
He's
you
never
have.
cried. He's a man.
Bro, take the earwax out of your ears. You might need clean ears tonight because obviously you can't fucking hear. The first part of that definition
Let me do that
included
real
the term physical force.
Yes.
Okay,
Is
well,
Is the
violence
definition
involves-
the gospel,
okay.
Spartacus?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
no, we don't need this, and I want to ask
We're
something,
talking
okay?
about-
Because I think I can point out an inconsistency in Charmhole's position. So Charmhole, I've done a little bit of research. A little birdie's told me that you were in Ukrainian people's chat spamming the Russian flag emote. Is that not a form of political violence?
It's a form of fake news because I was spamming hearts that were the colors of the Russian flag. And also,
right.
I straight up told them that Zelensky was a puppet. So, yeah. And what I was doing would be considered political upheaval. I don't think it could.
So passive
It could
political
potentially damage their feelings. So yeah, sure, I was probably doing a form of passive political violence by hurting their feelings by saying based in true shit. So yeah,
Well, enjoy your fucking ban.
Incredible.
I did. I streamed on YouTube.
Can we all agree that cancel culture within the Twitch politics community is a form of political violence?
No.
It's probably the most dangerous form of
No.
political violence.
Yes.
Charmhole has been subjected to it, and so he has experienced probably the most dangerous form of political violence.
How
which
about
is
we find
cancel
out what the
culture.
actual
The
word would be used to
Antifa-
describe this
the
shit?
Antifa BLM cancel culture.
What's the word for passive political violence?
Passive violence is different than political violence. We're like talking about political violence. The fact that you're using the term passive violence means that it's separate than political violence. They're two different words. These are just, it's not that complicated. They're just words, okay? Words are used to describe
Dr. Joe
things.
Mama, violence can be passive when it
Yeah.
makes you act in a specific way so you
Right.
don't get punished.
Like assault. Yeah. Correct. So assault, it would be a
Okay,
form
sorry,
of
hold on.
passive
My
violence.
TTS is going insane right now, and I literally can't hear you over it. Sorry, say it again.
It's like assault would be a form of passive violence, right? But the political violence we're
No,
That's
discussing.
not what I'm talking about at all. Law enforcement. That law
I think
No,
so.
it's
enforcement.
not
reverse it.
passive, is it? That's
No,
like direct
assault.
violence.
No, assault is creating fear of battery. Battery is physical. Assault is non-physical. Assault creates fear of battery. So
I was
no,
talking about
it-
law
it-
enforcement,
no.
Dr. Joe Mama.
Yeah,
So
law
law
enforcement-
enforcement physical. Wait, what?
law
No, I think
enforcement
he's
can
right,
be
though.
like, for instance,
By the actual literal
assault is
definition,
not
I think he's
assault
right.
is not physical. Yes. So assault
Okay,
would be
but
a form of passive violence. I was just using it as an example. It's just another
okay,
word.
but it goes
What?
far beyond that. It's about, say, for instance, if you see a police officer,
Yeah.
you might act in a different way because you know
Right.
that person can pistol
I
whip you. Or
agree
something, you know what I mean?
with that. I'm not
Yeah.
disagreeing with that at all. I'm on the same side as you guys. I'm just trying to differentiate terminology so it's easier to communicate. When we're describing political violence, we're describing specifically harm done, battery in any form, right? Unwanted physical contact, or damage to property.
Okay, so we're not talking about the same thing.
We are.
No, because you're narrowing it down to very, very specific things where
If you want to call that
property, which,
specific, then sure.
or
Let's let
property,
Gremlo
and
get a
people
sentence
are
out.
actually hurt, like physically hurt, like by a actor, like the state actor, like police or National Guard, whatever.
Or another
You're
person.
looking at it in that very narrow definition, whereas some of us on the panel are looking at broader structural violence that exists within the political violence spectrum.
So you're not having a nuanced
narrowing it down
conversation.
very, very small.
So what we're saying, all I'm saying is that the fact that you're describing passive violence as a separate thing, right?
Oh, I wasn't. I would include that in there.
Okay, that's fine. But we have to, so then we have, I guess, political violence as an umbrella term, and right under that original umbrella, we have regular political violence and passive political violence. That's fine. Again, I'm describing something completely different than what you're describing.
Do you think passive means non-physical, by the way?
Yeah. It could be. It could be.
Okay.
Well, that's what it would encompass, right?
If we're going to make
I'm
one
not
do
hitting
whatever
you.
we want, sure.
I'm not hitting you.
Passive.
I'm not hitting you.
The reason why passive violence is so powerful is because it's being backed up by a coercion or a threat of physical violence. So it can be non-physical. I don't understand why.
All right, hold on. Wait. Hold on. I get a question here. Hold on about this whole it's passive violence, something else. So let's just say, I got somebody working for me at my gas station. They're a lazy ass bastard. They're always on their cell phone. I go and I fire them. I let them go. They don't get another job, whatever, probably because the guy's lazy. When they call people for references, they're just like, oh, he's lazy, don't hire him. Guy ends up homeless. Did I do passive violence on that guy? Is that what you're saying? I was passively violent?
Well, no, you were righteous, because if you're using a cell phone at a gas station, that is technically a breach of fire safety rules. So fuck them.
But I just want to make sure I'm in on this definition that y'all are trying to set up here.
But that would have been passive political violence, right? That's what you're asking?
No, I'm not. Obviously, it's not political, but I'm trying to figure out this whole passive violence is violence thing. So if I fire somebody because they're lazy and then they can't pay their rent and I don't know, they end up homeless or whatever, did I do passive violence to them?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
By their definition, yes. And also, well, I guess that would be passive violence, right? Exactly. But then also, passive violence can also encompass this. If you're passively violent to someone, it just means you're a meanie poo-poo head. Anytime you're a meanie poo-poo head to anybody,
taking actions that put somebody out on the streets, that's just mean. Yeah.
Yeah, cutting off the water.
Their fault.
I'm trying to make it as broad as possible because we don't want to talk about specifics, right? Specifics are not good.
You're right. We just want to talk about meanie poo-poo heads. You're so right.
Meanie poo-poo heads.
Let's
Anytime
go.
anyone's a meanie
it's so bad
poo-poo
to be a
head,
meanie poo-poo head, everybody, isn't it?
It is political violence.
Don't be a poopy head landlord and put people out on the streets.
But if they don't pay their fucking bill, what do you do?
Motherfucker.
If I call
thanks for the raid, Jeff. Appreciate it.
I don't know. Hey James, you're a dummy face. That's political violence right there.
Dude, you're just so violent right there. How the fuck is he so violent, Joe? He almost lost his house.
I should go to prison.
What's political about it, though?
Well, we're in Twitch politics.
Exactly.
Yeah, but your place.
It's
that's
all
the situation.
tied together, brother. It's all tied together.
It's not you.
It's just part of our collective consciousness, man. Okay? Like, if you insult one person, you insult everybody. Everything's connected.
You're trolling.
Yeah, I am trolling. Because I want to talk about specific stuff. Like, we keep making things more broad.
Please, go ahead.
We want to talk about specific stuff. I thought we wanted to talk about stuff in broad general. Now I'm really confused. I thought like a minute ago, one of y'all said we wanted to talk about things in a broad general, but now we want to talk about. I'm very confused.
Who wants to talk about in a broad general? Because I want to talk about specifically what the topic was, which is political violence.
What is there to say?
Yeah.
What is there to say?
I agree with the guy who kind of looks like Kyle Rittenhouse's cousin.
The thing
Was
is, though,
that political violence?
What is there to say? We all agree, don't we?
Yeah, but
I feel super
broad
to be
the
real.
definition of what political violence is.
Yeah, I think we agree. We'll probably agree on the actual like substance of the conversation.
So all that's left is semantics. You know what I mean? That's the problem.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
What do we include in political violence? Like, do we include poverty? Like, I think there's a strong argument you can make either side. But I don't know. It just seems like we're going to be arguing into what we include and what we don't include. Is there like a substantive
Racism
point
would
we
be
can...
political violence. Sorry.
I don't know about that. But Charmhole, sorry, I just want to address something. Like, I think, because we're talking about whether it's ever justified, I think you going into Ukrainian people's chats and spamming heart emojis in the colour of the Russian flag, I think that's really out of order. And I think that your suspension was correct, and I agree with Twitch. And fuck you.
My entire... Okay, so you're going to say that somebody who has politics in their channel, in their title, and in their channel, it literally says politics, that they're not asking for political discourse, friendly political discourse, which it's literally hearts. It's
Are you
not
saying
like
they were
spamming
asking for it?
guns.
That's like Russia's position on Ukraine? They were basically asking for it. That's what you're saying, isn't it?
Was her
Yeah,
skirt too
Ukraine
short?
was literally asking for it when Zelensky did a civil war for the last 8 years, and
Charmhole.
14,000 Ukrainians died under his watch.
So
Yes.
as a black creator in the Twitch political space, am I asking for people to come in my chat and call me the N-word?
Oops. I just got to follow. Yo, thanks for the follow. I'm not used to that.
Bitch,
sorry,
answer
what
my
did you say?
question.
Obviously, you're not used to
As
it.
a
It's not
black
something obvious.
person in the Twitch political space, am I just
Okay.
asking for people to come in my chat and call me the N-word?
In the political space, if you have a stream and you're saying, hey, let's talk about the politics of American vernacular, are you saying it would be cringe for them to join in the conversation?
So is a booby streamer asking for sexual harassment?
Are they
to be
asking
sexually
for
assaulted. Now, let's
sexual? Are they asking for sexual love?
Oh, yeah,
and
assault rather.
reinforcement?
Chud's got the right take. A sexual assault, yes.
Yeah, do you think if there's a booby streamer, right, would someone be justified to go to the house and sexually assault them because they were asking for it?
Again, did I verbally assault someone, or did I?
No, just answer the question.
Did I put?
Yeah, you can just hypothetical.
What, is it assault? Yeah, it's fucked up. Like, why would you even say something like that?
Well,
like,
one is
you're
physical
like,
at that
is it
point.
No, but is it
assault?
righteous?
Is assault?
Did they
assault?
ask for it?
Yes, it's assault. Like, holy shit.
Like,
Like,
you're dodging
did
the
they?
question because you know that you're in a tight spot. You know.
Well, can I just say,
I'm not in a tight spot. You guys are making analogies that are fucking horribly bad faith and honestly kind of evil, to be honest. Like, the fact that you could think of something so evil so quickly off the top of your head kind of is passively violent against me, to be honest. Like, it's very unfair and rude. I feel
So
violent.
I have a quick question though.
Well, weren't you
'cause-
just asking for it? You came into this debate.
Hold on, give
True.
Damon a chance. Damon hasn't talked very much.
Well, he
Well-
was just asking for it, though.
I got raided by some, I think it was Russian supporting people. Like it was
Nice.
but I didn't have politics or anything on my channel at the time. I was just working on my cars like I do, and I don't know how many joined, and I don't know who did it. I was just wondering if you guys might have any ideas.
It's very odd for
them out?
Russians to invade spaces that they're not welcome in. It's very strange. I've never seen that before.
That's a good one. I like it.
behavior.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, American government is already communist. So, and most American corporations are communist too, like Amazon, Walmart, the big ones. You know,
Well, this is either the
Communism is when
shittest troll.
e-commerce- Yeah.
Can I just? I don't know this dude. This is either the shittest troll
Jesus.
or this person who's
No,
actually fucking.
no,
trolling.
here.
I
Charmhole
don't
actually
know.
believes in this shit. Charmhole really fucking believes that
and y'all
Amazon is
called-
communist.
And y'all thought I was
Charmhole is
trolling?
Dane Cook
Yeah.
rebranded for 2022 Zoomers to
Yeah.
get upset at his take.
Yeah,
Yes,
y'all
if-
accused me of trolling. What the hell was that?
If Dane Cook had like a botched fucking brain surgery, that's what Charmhole would be.
Okay, first off, rude. Second, I've
Hey,
played
Charmhole, you were just
I played
asking for it,
American
okay?
football,
Listen, Charmhole,
and
any
I've fallen off
rudeness
my
you
bike a
get,
few times.
any rudeness you
Please?
get, Charmhole, you were just asking for it. You
True.
went
So,
into the space.
Any mental
Came
hatred?
in.
Yeah, you
please.
came on here. You're asking
Okay,
for people
again,
to call you stupid.
I was okay. Look, listen, you guys are mixing everything up. Okay, I was giving love.
You're asking for
I
shit to be
was-
mixed up,
I
okay?
was posting. Yeah, you can ask for things. You can literally ask for anything. The moment
well,
you
don't
go into
complain
a
when you
public
receive,
space,
okay?
you are asking for people to observe you. Do you understand? Like, once you leave your cave with all your shadows, you are asking for society to be a part of you and for you to be a part of society.
Oh, so we
Like,
can take this
whole-
off Twitch. So, like, is a woman on the street who walks down the street, like, asking to be sexually assaulted?
Woo, jeez. I mean, again, that the
What's
fact
up?
that you're saying that, like, that analogy pops up in your head that quickly is a little sus. Like, I'm trying to think of nice
Dodging
things,
the
not
question. Dodging the
physically violent things.
question.
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
No,
Dodging
look,
Charmhole.
Okay. am I asking for people to join my chat and spam whatever the fuck they want, like that pot emo from Elden Ring? Yeah. By going live, I'm literally asking for it. I'm asking for viewers. Hello, everyone. I'm live. Just like if you went on television and said, you know, you're on public TV, you're literally asking for people, please witness me, like that's real. Okay. And when it's this really weird Twitch thing too. It's like YouTube doesn't do this, like even Twitter doesn't do this shit, where it's like, whoa, you're coming in here and looking at me and making assumptions about myself and my channel. And it's because Twitch has a chat. So
Not gonna lie,
the
I've
chat
lost
is
a lot.
inherently combined with the streamer. You can never separate the chat.
Hey,
and
all
the
my
streamer,
panel
right?
friends, I'm taking bets now on my channel for when Charmhole is going to get banned next. Come on over.
Rude.
I got
Rude.
$100
And also
on
politically
tomorrow.
violent. That I am being politically violent.
You asked for it.
Against
$100.
you're politically violencing
it.
me. No,
Just
I was
ask for it,
politically
bro.
loving people.
You came
And that-
here, bro.
Those
I'm
Ukrainian
sorry, bro. You
streamers,
came
I
here,
was
bro.
politically loving them. I spammed hearts, and I simply asked the question, isn't your president a puppet? Is like, what's politically violent about that?
Can I look? I don't want to be too rude, but you are a fucking prick, my man. I'm sorry. I just.
Oh,
have
I don't
say
want to
that.
be too rude, but you're a piece of shit, and you should fucking low tier god yourself. Like, fuck
Damn.
off, bro.
Look at
That
the
right there is political violence. That's more
at the
political
commies
violence
going
right there.
at each
That's
other.
classic liberalism.
Nice.
Classic
Not
liberalism.
political violence
when you're not
whatsoever.
Let the commies fight. Let them fight.
I just
Wait,
want to
well,
understand.
are we communists? I'm not. I don't think I'm rich enough to be communist in like Charmhole's definition.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like, I
what
thought
was-
it had to be like
Jeff
elevated
Bezos
to like
At this
Jeff
point, I need
Bezos,
somebody
yeah.
to define
Yeah,
communism
Bezos is
again.
communist.
Communism is when you're super rich and own Amazon.
Communism is a lot of government. Is a big union. Think of a union, right? You know, like a company, but really big, right? Think of like a few people, but think of a lot of people, and they all go by like the same hierarchy. You know, like a military.
Yeah, communism is when
company.
hierarchy, and then also the government does stuff.
It's when the government does everything. I mean, so I learned this from infrared. That
If you're learning
when,
things from
that
infrared, you may
American
not want to be
capital-
talking.
Yeah,
American-
step one.
The only thing
American
I like
capitalism.
two
Can I
holes.
finish?
Two
Wow.
holes. My friends.
American capitalism effectively died.
Wait,
right after the stock market
Charmel, can I just check
crash.
something? Infrared, is that,
Oh, yeah.
that the Destiny Orbiter? Is that who you're talking about?
No, he's too strong to orbit anyone. And
Oh
in
my
fact,
God.
I've only heard of him
most-
through Destiny, so.
he's so
I think it might
he's
be TOS
I heard about
guys
him through
supposed
Mr.
to do
Girl,
this. I don't
actually,
think you
Chud.
can actually
did
have
you,
people
Mr. Girl?
sucking toes on
Yeah.
Haas
Mr. Girl was
is-
saying, hey, follow this Haas guy, you know?
Haas is actually as strong as Chud's avatar, literally as strong.
What do you mean?
And
He's
so
like 5'6"
he's
and
dense.
chunky. What are you talking about? He
And
literally
he's
he
dense
barely fucking
as
lifts.
hell.
I
And
want to have a
he's
lift
a
off.
neutron
I want to have
star.
a fucking lift off with Haas so fucking bad. That little prick is so fucking weak. Such a
Yeah,
little
get
feminine
mad.
piece of shit. And the fact
Yo,
that you-
Josie, what do
the
you
fact
think
that
about this
idolize him
conversation?
is ridiculous.
I'm like thinking if I should even stay. My audience.
Yo,
is
stay,
like, what the
stay.
fuck is going
Honestly,
on?
don't stay. Don't stay.
No,
This
like, my
is an
audience
absolute
is
fucking
like,
waste of
The,
time.
the
Yeah,
longer you
I-
stay.
my audience is just like, what the hell is going on? Let's just
We're-
be cozy. So what the
we're
hell is
still
going
quite not
on?
sure.
Who wants to
We're
give
still
Josie
quite
the
not sure.
lowdown?
Like you've been in here for a little bit, right? Just fucking call it quits. Preserve the little amount of brain cells you still have left, and
That's
just
true.
fucking dip.
You're witnessing political violence against Charmhole. The
Hey,
topic
you
is
asked
political
for it, though.
violence. And boom, see? Thank you. You just admitted plenty of political violence being thrown
If
my
you
way.
didn't want people,
Because what?
if you
I
didn't want
asked
people
a
to be so
question
mean
and
to
I
you-
posted emote hearts.
and you
Oh,
listen to
Josie.
Haas and quote
Josie,
Haas.
you want to hear something? You want to hear something good, Josie? So
Yeah, I
when
do.
when Charmhole was asked if it was okay for a booby streamer to get sexually assaulted in chat, he said that are they asking for positive affirmation? As a yes, that it's okay because they're asking for positive affirmation, which will also come negative affirmation.
Wait, that was also
What?
very confusing.
Okay,
Okay, so-
Charmhole. Yeah, the Charmhole is basically saying the Charmhole take is this: that if you go into a space and you get some negative attention for going into that space, well, you chose to go into that space, so it's up to you.
No.
He was going into
You
people's
guys-
chats and he was putting in Ukraine or Russian heart emotes into Ukrainian people's chats, and he's saying, "Hey, they're streaming politics on Twitch. They're just asking for it. I don't see the issue." That's the lowdown.
Hearts. It's not violent. It's heart. It's support.
Wait a minute though. Like you know why you're doing it though. Why would you do it otherwise?
Why would they stream otherwise?
He's a douchebag.
But you do, but you do realize, like just the existence of a person and a content creator on the stream doesn't like say, "Oh, you're here, so now here's all the trolls and all that type of stuff." Like, you know that in a sense, like we want to exist on this platform with like we don't go here to be like, I'm gonna turn on my stream so I can get harassed today. That's not how that works.
If this were television, I would agree, but this is a streaming platform with an IRC built into the video service. So no, I would say you're wrong. It's literally asking
What do you mean IRC?
Okay, so I don't know if you've noticed, but on twitch.tv
Chat internet relay chat
program.
IRC.
And you can talk in the chat program with the streamer. It's connected. You can't separate the two, right? You are literally saying, I am the content creator. Here are my viewers. We are one in the same.
Hey, Charmhole. Twitch dot what? Twitch dot what? Hey, Charmhole. Twitch dot what? TV/TV. Oh, .TV.
Oh, TV doesn't have chat.
TV doesn't have one of those like this. TV doesn't have chat. TV doesn't have one of those Freudian things where like Charmhole comes up with like this theory, but the theory only applies to him. Like he goes on Twitch to get harassed and belittled. He's got like a fucking like. Yeah, he's got like one of those fetishes where he likes being belittled in public.
This is true. He's been in a gimp suit before. He told us he went in a gimp suit once.
Yeah. Chud, stop with the fake news. But also hot.
None of that shit matters because only fucking betas bother to read their chat. Nobody cares what those people have to say.
Who dat and yo in my chat says Rhizome is being an idiot. Oh, Rhizome, what do you have to say about that?
Owned.
I guess I'm asking for it. I don't know.
Do I have to mute them?
Complain. I can't complain.
Do I have to do political violence and ban them from my channel?
Political violence has already happened, and I brought myself into this space as a black person. I committed the violent act by forcing people to say the N-word and stuff. I'm sorry, everybody.
You are so brave. I thank you for your service.
So let's turn this into an actual topic then. So the idea about like you would understand Charmhole that the idea that if you're a woman or like a queer femme presenting person that the level of like trolls and the amount of people trying to bully you off the platform is going to be a higher rate than, let's say, someone like yourself. So like it's actually counterintuitive to say, hey, you signed up for this. It's almost like you're gaslighting the streamer, right? Because like we deserve to be in this part too. And the only reason that I'm able to stream and like because I had moderators that were here to help boot the trolls when I first started streaming, when I had like 5-10 viewers, and now I have enough of a platform to be able to stay on. But a lot of people don't get through that barrier of entry because of the fact that they get bullied off the platform before they can actually be sustainable on a platform like this. It's like that's not great precedent, right?
So I think it's easy to focus on the negatives. If you were to focus on the positives, how many people have specifically joined your platform to support you and your cause and every part about you?
Yeah, you've got
and the flags that you carry
chat,
behind
saying trans women aren't women, but hey, look at the positive. There's 40 of them.
There are positives, right? Yeah, no.
But like, okay, so you're saying that people have come to support me, but what if I didn't have, the initial wherewithal to deal with all the hate before I started getting supporters? That's the thing,
then
right?
You
like
probably wouldn't have. Well, you probably wouldn't have joined the platform.
But like cis men don't usually have to deal with that as much as like a woman does in every aspect of her life, right?
Not that type of hatred. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so it's like, but you're normalizing a culture that essentially bullies people that look like me out of the space. Right?
Is bullying political violence?
I don't know where we are on that topic right now. But bullying.
I'm just wondering.
Like, what do you mean? Like, I guess it can be. So, like, let's say political violence could be like the Idaho bill or Texas bill, right? Where they are literally going after like trans people and bullying them out of like the existence of their own space. So yeah, that would be political violence.
Fucked up.
It is.
True. Yeah. Right. So, what about political love?
What do you mean?
Well, Chud, I love your stream, your
Thank
big
you.
pecs, your
Okay.
your Mexican wrestler mask persona, and even your
Is
tinfoil
this what
hat.
happens when Charmhole realizes he's lost?
I love your voice. Rhizome, I love you too.
Hey, I
thank
love
you
you
for
too,
VIPing
Charmhole.
me in your chat.
Charmhole, I thought you were
Chud,
racist.
Chud, I'm raceful. It's
okay.
again, people like to focus on the negatives. I try to focus on the positives.
Charmhole, how's your friend Jamal doing?
And as a white male, intersex technically, right? I am queer, but people like to just assume that I'm heterosex and cis and all this. But
Well, you know what
no,
what heteropassing means, right?
right, yeah, no, I have a beard. Like clearly, I have a deep voice, beard. I'm tall, I'm large. No, absolutely. But you get me
Have
in
you
a
ever been the
private
victim
space
of a
and you'll
hate
see how
crime?
comfy cute I
Charmhole,
am.
have you ever been the victim of a hate crime?
Yeah, when he was banned from
Have I
James's
been
chat.
bullied? Have I been molested? Have I been hurt? I mean, yeah, I've got a lot of stories. Like a specific hate crime. I mean, that's hard to say exactly. I know I've been a victim of love crimes, but a specific hate crime. I don't live where there's a lot of people, but yeah, I remember. I mean, geez, that's such a hard thing to say. You know, really, that's tough. I mean, I would say that there's some hate violence in this stream right now on this panel toward me. They want
who?
to
Let's call it out.
well, who? No, I'm not going to call it out, but I think
Charmhole,
the
is it hate
chatters,
violence or is it hate love?
I think any and all chatters could agree that dogpiling Charmhole could be considered politically violent, right? But again, I want to try to focus on the good, right?
Oh
The
my
political
God.
love, right?
Oh my
Like,
Lord.
I think what you're
This guy's
describing is hate love, Charmhole, not hate violence.
it's a thin line. It's a thin line, you know, and that's why.
Yeah.
And to answer Josie's question about, like, say, like,
Jesus
you know,
Christ.
whether or not, like, not necessarily you're asking for it, but say, to focus on the victimhood rather than the viewer count, right? Like to say, like, okay, so if you're going to go in a public space and be like, this is who I am, right? Like I say, I'm a gamer and I hope to get people to watch me game, but most of the time they're watching XQC instead, right? And
It's
like,
just like listening to Hake if Hake were dishonest.
it doesn't work. So I'm trying to say that people, when you put your personality out there and you're saying like, this is all of me, and like you even take parts of your personality and turn them up, right? You make a show of it, right? By say putting flags behind you, creating a VTuber avatar, creating or wearing a costume and pretending to sleep on chat, right? Like stream like this, that persona, right?
Charmhole, this kind of love is
up.
putting James the American to sleep. I think that it's not really going to be sensational enough to have legs,
Jesus
man.
Christ. This guy
This kind
talks
of
more than
political love
fucking
is not what
Barack
people want.
Obama. Jesus Christ.
You guys made it all about me, okay?
Hey, now gonna have
It's
an
not my
app.
fault.
Jesus
So,
Christ.
what was the topic that I can actually engage with here?
Political
Because
violence.
my audience was ready to. Is there a topic?
I
Or
thought,
is
Political
this
the
just a
topic,
violence.
main
the
channel?
topic was Charmhole's martyrism.
What if
Oh,
we discussed
that makes sense.
what if we discussed acts of terrorism? Is that like, you know, like
Wait.
violence not sanctioned by the state?
Huh?
I mean,
Like, what if-
Terrorism is violence. This radical
Right,
take,
right.
man.
Are
Radical
we-
take.
Oh no, I'm just saying, like, what if we specified a conversation so we can get over semantics and discuss the idea of terrorism, right?
I mean, do you want to
Which is-
like kind of narrow that down to like BLM
Oh, no.
versus like January 6th? Like
Fuck
what
those
is what
commies.
is
He's going to Antifa's kind of terroristic.
Yeah.
here. Look,
telling-
I got a topic for
Wait,
y'all.
who thinks Antifa is terroristic? You're saying
I do.
think
Antifa's a bunch of
terroristic.
fucking domestic terrorists. They're
All right,
homegrown.
Definitely.
Here's a topic that's topical. So Idaho just passed a bill in their house that says if you give a child or help a child get gender affirming care, it's considered a felony with upward to a lifetime in prison. And if you want to talk about violence, is that violence? Because that seems like violence.
Yeah, I'd agree that's violence. Sure, for sure.
Yeah, arresting someone for that would be violence.
Yeah, it's violence.
Yeah. All right. Anybody
We
else?
all agree.
Thing is, the
Do
context.
we all agree? Okay.
I mean,
Oh. James, tell me.
who all those people who wrote those bills, how did they get into office?
They got in the office because of a lot of reasons.
Because they were elected.
It's Democrat.
Because they were elected.
Process.
Because they were elected by the people.
Sure, but you do realize that there's like certain bounds and boundaries. Like just because you're elected doesn't mean you get to like make all of the rules. Like, there's like something called human rights, So are you saying that elected officials can just ignore human rights?
That jumped.
I mean, if you don't want them in there, maybe you shouldn't elect them.
Sure, but just because if let's say they get elected and then they start violating human rights, is that okay?
I mean, is what they're doing against the law?
It's going to the courts, but yeah, probably.
Well, then I guess we here are deciding that courts are the arbiters of what is and is not violence, and not 19 people on a Twitch panel. That's what I hear you saying.
Well, I mean, it's pretty clear that if you want to zoom out on that we have 178 anti-trans pieces of legislation going across the United States, and zoom out to that point of view, like when you have Florida's Don't Say Gay bill getting passed, that's essentially trying to defund schools through lawsuit because of just basic stuff. Like this is all a pattern, right? And this pattern is going to continue, and this actually increases the suicide rate of young people.
I just want to make sure that we're on the same page. If a bunch of people like if they go out and they, these people are technically the politicians, and they create legislation, then they vote and they pass it into law, and then the police go out and enact that law. The police aren't committing violence. The police aren't doing anything wrong. The police are just doing their jobs. They're just doing what they're told to do. I just want to make sure that we're not taking this out on the police.
Wait, what is this about the police? Like what I'm talking about is like the basic idea that if you marginalize a class of people, that the dangers of that. So it's not just the police. It's like, people on the street that are basically given carte blanche ability to be like, oh yeah, trans people, we don't need to give them rights. So it's also not just the police and the state that's doing this. It also creates an environment of like, hey, this is normal. We can be openly bigoted toward a entire class of people.
Joe, so that's all true, but I rather than reacting properly to it, James is doing a character. Just in case you didn't.
Yeah, he's a figment of our imagination.
That's true.
He's doing it well. Unlike someone else on this panel, he's doing the bit rather than actually being the bit. Yeah.
Who's the someone else? Is it ChudLogic?
Yes.
I'm not.
Why the hell is my patriotism a joke to y'all?
This is just obviously like,
you're
this
a
is
major
kind of
joke
inevitable.
all the time, James.
I mean, you're the one with a fictional creature behind your back.
Okay, so hold on. So I made a mistake.
No,
That's
the
a
other
flag.
side.
That's
So,
a
hold on,
crucifix.
So
Ain't no people back there.
Oh,
You see little people behind me.
damn it.
You might need to see a physician.
That's true.
That's religious
true.
violence.
So shut
That's
the fuck up,
religious
Charmhole.
violence.
Charmhole, shut up. Okay, so I made a mistake when setting this up. That I was like, all right, I'm gonna reach out to these people and not ask their takes on this. So what ended up happening was everyone fucking agreed. Because usually what I do is like, okay, what's there, and get the opposing sides. But my problem was I didn't do that. So I'm gonna say Stardust is in the waiting room, so let's see what she adds.
I was just going to ask because terrorism was brought up earlier, and I was just thinking to myself, was it really terrorism when the Taliban took Dan Crenshaw's eyeball away? Really? Was that really terrorism?
Yeah, it is actually terrorism.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Dan Crenshaw's a patriot, and y'all better remember that shit.
I mean, listen, I fucking hate Dan
Hey, look,
Crenshaw just as much as the rest of the people here, but
But,
I brought up terrorism earlier. I brought up terrorism earlier because it's a more narrow topic.
What does Stardust have to say? Stardust?
Hey,
Yeah,
what's
Stardust.
going on?
Ooh.
What up,
I
Stardust?
just joined the.
I don't know what's
panel.
going on just as much either. So,
What's up,
you know
Stardust?
as much as I do. This
I'm
is
Dan
Awesome.
chaos. So yeah, come save us with your comedy.
Man, but I'm okay. All right. I don't know. I just joined. I honestly have no
What's
idea
your
what's
take on
going
political
on right
violence, Stardust?
now.
She's pro political violence.
Okay, so it should only be done in very, very rare cases. I think we should really be. I mean, honestly, honestly, we live in a country where we're very, very lucky to not be like mowed down by well, I mean, not on a regular basis, but not be fucking killed by the government for protesting, right?
You
So I
thank the
feel like
police for that.
protesting is a great
Tons.
way to, protest is a great way to express ourselves. Civil disobedience is very cool, doing things that aren't like violent, you can like do a sit-in, that shit's very disruptive. Create some traffic, So
But wait,
yeah.
if it's disrupting the natural flow of things around them, is that not violence?
I view violence as a very, very specific thing, like violence.
Okay.
So
We had that discussion too.
Twitch's own political lord and savior, Hassan Piker, has gone on record saying that
that fucking
our
commie.
old wonderful president, Donald J. Trump, used the U.S. Marshals to literally mercenarily murder, extrajudiciously murder an active BLM protester and leader.
Well, Trump
shouldn't have broken
bragged
the
about
law.
that. Trump literally bragged about it. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
Right.
did
on a
happen.
whole like press
Right.
tour, being like, "Yeah, I said it," and 15 minutes later, they did it.
Yeah, man,
And
you don't want to
yeah,
get
that's pretty fucked
Yeah.
up. So I think for starters to claim it doesn't happen too often, it happens often enough because even one time is too
Okay,
much.
so what is a specific example? Can you link me something so I know more about it?
I would like to see it as well.
What the thing I just talked about?
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yes.
like just duck go all of the instances of Black Lives Matter leaders go
Oh
missing.
God.
There's plenty of them.
Yeah.
Like,
Ju-
it's
ju-
fucking
just Google
tragic, and it's
communism
literally
down
evil.
cities.
So
It'll take
wait,
you
so
right
wait.
there.
You don't have a single
Going
source
missing
for what
is
you
not
just
the
said.
same as
Hang
like
on,
having.
I'll find a link for you.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
I
you
did a whole
need the
thing
link,
on it. I
because
mean, it's like a big story.
It takes a lot of this is with anything anything that happens anywhere, anytime. I like need hard evidence. I'm very, very anal about that, if you will,
Yeah,
so
Stardust, if you are interested in looking it up, I believe his name was Michael Rainelli, I believe it was how his name was said.
I mean, I
Lawbreaker.
will come out and
Thank
say,
you,
like,
Gremlin.
straight up, I don't like anything ever that Donald Trump did. And yeah, and I think
Communist.
that, yeah,
Actually, I've
he's,
got a source here
a
for
piece of
Charmhole.
shit.
I've
Yeah,
got a
I've
source to address Charmhole's point. Let me just have a look at this
Okay.
here. Charmhole, it says here, you're a pussy.
Okay.
Who, which
True.
outlet? Let that known. Which
Russia
outlet?
Today.
American
Russia
ones.
Today.
Yeah, RT.
Okay, I posted a
I
link in
am
the live
ashamed.
note.
I haven't done enough to help Russia. I tried with my political love, but unfortunately, Amazon had different feels about that.
Okay, anyway, I've posted a link to the story itself in the live notes for anyone who's interested.
Oh,
Yeah.
is this the Michael Reinhold
The
guy?
officers,
Yeah, yeah.
The officers dispute the story, saying that he attempted to escape arrest and produce a firearm during the encounter. And a .380 caliber handgun was on him when he was killed.
Oh,
Well,
so
either
yeah.
way,
Conflicting
Trump-
reports of where
Trump
the
openly-
handgun was.
Trump openly bragged about literally sending them to deal with him, not
Okay,
to arrest
again,
him,
is
not
there
to
a
arrest
source?
him, to kill him.
Again,
there a
maybe
source?
don't break the law.
Is there a source
He-
of Trump?
Is there a source
Is
of
it-
Trump literally saying that? It was
Not
on
on
the campaign
Twitter.
trail. There's video
You
of
can't.
it.
You can't check Twitter. That's for sure.
Look, he
there a
openly
source
bragged
of that?
about this.
I want to know Rhizome's thoughts on this.
Yeah, Rhizome.
My thought, dude, I'm so checked out of this conversation. Like, I'm coming in for little jabs here and there. We literally all
Me too.
agree. Like,
Yeah.
So I have a question about the article.
What
that
did you guys all
posted in the
agree
live
about?
Chat.
we all agree that political violence is inherent to like enacting a political system, or violence is inherent to enacting a political
Okay,
system.
sure. I
or
can say
maintaining it.
violence in general is maybe, yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is I made the mistake of not asking everyone what they believed. So when I got all these people, they all agree. That's the problem.
Yeah, see,
It's
why,
like-
this is why I don't
But
understand
what
why
do
you don't
you-
just like talk about terrorism or something. Like terrorism is like a lot more like I don't know, emotionally.
Terrorism is fun.
Yeah,
I
let's talk
agree.
about-
What's
let's
the
talk about
contention
the-
there? Is
ChudLogic,
terrorism
what's
violence?
What's your
Like-
view on this, ChudLogic?
My view on what? Terrorism?
No.
The
Political
conversation,
violence.
yeah.
I mean, my view on political violence is that, like, the fucking lots of people are lib-brained about it, and they will not define certain things as political violence when I think it obviously is. And
Okay, like
often
what do you think is not defined as
well,
as
imprisoning someone is
political violence, but-
political violence, but people don't see it on those terms when we're talking about it.
Okay,
in, like, the US.
I could see. So yeah, there's like obviously the state has the monopoly on that, right?
Precisely,
On
monopoly of force.
imprisoning
They
people.
they
Yeah.
invoke the monopoly of force. That is political violence
they
in and of
should.
itself.
Sure.
Yeah, the state
and
is
I
held
do-
together through violent means.
Yeah,
of course.
But I do think that that's kind of like that's kind of necessary, right?
Well,
in a way.
but okay, but that's the thing. I think some forms of political violence are necessary. I think people, but the thing is, it's not on this panel, so it doesn't really matter. But people will say, "Oh, I'm against political violence," and it just highlights that quite often people see political violence in certain frames, and they don't see the day-to-day political violence that occurs throughout their life because it's very much normalized, you know. But
Yeah.
imprisoning someone for smoking weed is literally insane when you really think about it.
Well, they think about it as violence means hurting people.
Okay,
means
so
bad.
when
Yeah.
I suppose when I came in here, I thought, you know, when I think of the political, what do you think of political violence? I think of like, okay, are we talking like protest, or are we talking like violence enacted in protests, like things like that? But if we're talking about just in general, like all the you know, the myriad of ways that we can see that violence is used as a means to motivate and to keep people in line, then yeah, it's like very much a part of daily life. I
Stardust,
suppose.
do you stream politics often?
Yeah, I do.
So when you ban me from your channel, is that political violence?
Do you think it's violence?
I think it's political violence, yes.
Oh, this one over here thinks everything is violence.
Look,
He thinks
my
literally
dude.
everything's violence.
Yeah.
Look, my dude. Like Charmhole, I do like
Full
you,
beta.
but there have been times, and you know, and I'm willing to unban you, but there have been times where I do have to like moderate my chat very heavily, and if somebody is very hard to moderate, it's just easier to ban them. So.
What did he say? Was it racist?
So you're saying political violence is based, is what you're saying?
I think you know what? Everything is based ever. Everything that's ever existed is based.
Based.
Good take. Good take.
Yeah.
Based take.
All right, everybody, I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna bounce.
Oh,
I
Good
love
to see you,
everybody.
Josie. Josie, have a
That's
good one. It's
violence.
always a
Good
pleasure
call.
to see you.
Thanks
Bye.
for
Good to see you.
violently leaving us. Just taking
I am.
yourself away from us. Wow.
I am doing that right now. Yeah. I am.
All right.
Doing that.
Good.
Violently leaving.
One less communist. There we go. Cool.
All right,
Panel
bye.
tilts a little better. I like it. And Andy, more you fucking commies want to leave?
Look, okay, I'm
Who else
sorry.
is a commie here?
Hold on a second.
All
So,
these
look,
motherfuckers.
yeah, hold on a second.
We're all
I'm gonna
Let's let the
apologize
host
here.
speak. Let's let the host speak.
Rhizome, shut up. I'm gonna apologize. So I did not set this up very well. And
No.
okay, look,
We know
shut
you
up,
suck.
James. I don't want to fucking hear it. You go play your wacky fucking music. Shut the fuck up. All right. So what I was
Hey,
gonna
you don't
say
even like
was,
Kid Rock or Toby Keith? Shit.
fuck Kid Rock.
What?
Whoa.
Shit.
It's American.
Yeah,
Come after the rock, bro.
That statement, that was
Here's a
violence.
question:
True.
Are words violence?
Yes. I like
Yeah,
how
Oh,
they
yeah, if you talk
artists
about
all
Kid
the
Rock
time.
like that, it is.
Yeah, like
All
I
I'm
like
saying
calling Ian Sprouticus a retard because he is one. But
I mean,
like,
apparently
oh.
everyone here says that my heart emotes were violence, so...
Charm, I'll stop making everything about you, for fuck's
I'm
sake.
saying it's
All I'm going to
violence,
say is
saying
the
it's uncalled
real
for.
political violence is the fact that Solo Red Cop is not the national anthem.
Solo red. Wait. I feel
Yo,
you up. Let's
we can
have a
make that-
party.
We can make that a thing.
Let's
We can make
have
that
a
happen if you
party.
really want.
You
You
should.
know,
Good song.
I just
Charmhole, I love you. Even if I banned you from my chat, I still love you. Okay.
It's not true.
look, Charmhole, you'll always
That's
have a
hate
home
love,
political shit
Charmhole.
show, okay? I won't silence you even when you say really cringe shit.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's all about. I don't know. It's all about TOS for me, my dude. It's
Well,
nothing personal.
So, TOS, right? Like, obviously they're against political violence, but when Hassan keeps talking about how he's going to fuck his chatter's mothers, right? Like, they let him slide, right? Like,
Yeah, but he probably
That
will.
was a love
Like,
crime.
But
But-
the thing is, Hassan's hot enough that he probably could if he wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, he's got a horse cock. True.
and a
What?
house and a Lamborghini.
Dude,
It's
I'm
10 inches.
actually gonna be a fucking alcoholic because of this fucking conversation.
10 inches.
I
long
can't.
as
I
you're
can't
drinking
stand his
American beer.
voice. I don't think I could ever be with Hassan. I can't stand his voice. The moment he opens his mouth, I want him to close it.
Well, you need to do. You make
horrible.
make sure he's
Yeah.
something going on with his mouth. Then.
No, so
This
your
is like
ripoff
the
is
true
what you do.
misandry for me. Okay, if you want to see me become the worst misandrist ever, this is where it comes out. Okay, Hassan, He's got the shittiest haircut ever, okay? It makes the rest of his body, it just like completely outrules any good looking part of him. And then when he opens his mouth, it makes him like a fucking -3, okay? Where he could have, you know what he could have been? He could have been a fucking himbo, and he could have been like a walking penis, okay? That everybody looked at and like, oh, look at his penis, look at his nice body. Nope. Got to open his fucking mouth all day, every day, and just keep talking and saying stupid shit every day. And his stupid fucking haircut just makes him so unattractive. I mean, I swear to God, like, I'd just be better off with bad boys.
Which is
Worth it for this.
Which is worse, his haircut or his fucking stupid Ukraine takes?
So his Ukraine takes
voice,
are best.
his voice is the worst for me, man.
So if his voice is the worst,
Look,
I have
Charmhole,
I have
just
look,
confirm
I
to
have a
me
way to fix
he's
that. All
definitely
right.
wrong.
When you're riding him, you rip off his underwear and you shove it in his mouth. If his mouth is too full of his own
If I'm
underwear,
riding
you
him,
can't
his
hear it.
underwear's already off, dude.
Not
Dude, what is
necessarily.
this conversation? Like, what?
Fuck, dude.
How did we get here?
Hey, this
I
is
don't know,
actually
but I'm not
now
riding
going to
him.
stop the
It's-
political
You know,
violence.
this
I'm
fucking
grateful.
this conversation is a fucking form of violence. I don't like this. This is hurting me physically and mentally and emotionally.
You guys want to talk about how Trump announced that he's running in 2024?
America.
Can we
Did he just
take,
announce
like,
it?
Yeah.
We should
Yeah,
play a
no
game
way,
where we
did he
take
really?
like the most like
Yeah,
sexist
basically
things
announce
we've
it.
heard dudes say about women and just reverse it and put a different male person in that category, you know? So like, I don't know. That would be super fun.
Yeah, but that's not what the panel's about, is it, Stardust?
I know it's not about that.
Why don't you just
But it
shut
could
up for a bit?
Sorry.
You channeling Bosch now? What's happening now?
There you go.
Wait, are we witnessing political violence right now,
Yo,
everybody?
Mexican
Yeah,
mass dude
that
up there is
was.
based.
Well, I guess it's okay. Stardust asked for it, as Charmhole says.
Is it? Look, Trump will be dead by 2024 anyway. He's
Wait,
old
did
and
she leave?
fat.
Oh God.
Hey,
I'm a
the
VIP.
next
I
time,
think she's DC'd. She's waiting in the waiting room.
cartoon guy. Next time, could you get like maybe like wear like an American mask instead of that Mexican mask?
God, he's talking about you.
What's that, sorry?
Yeah. I'm talking to you, cartoon man. I was wondering maybe if you could get yourself like an American flag mask next time instead of that Mexican mask.
Oh, what, you're gonna make him disrespect the American flag next? I don't want a fucking tea drinking motherfucker in front of the American flag. You kidding me?
Wait,
Drink all
tea
the tea he
drinking?
wants if he's rocking the stars and bars.
Listen, Stardust, if we're going to talk about what foods we eat from our respective races, I think that's going to end badly for TOS. Do you know what I'm saying?
Jesus fuck.
Hey, thanks a lot. That's really generous.
I don't get it.
Wait, don't make me say it. No, go on. I'm
No,
bluffing. I'm
no.
bluffing. I'm bluffing,
You
Stardust.
know, say it. Say
You
it.
got me.
Say it.
No,
Say
I
the
can't.
words you want to say.
I want to hear it
Say the
too.
words you want to say, ChudLogic.
I want to hear this too.
Chud,
Don't
where's
be
your
a beta.
Vietnamese friend right now?
Yeah, don't be a
Hey.
beta.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, my
I heard
Indian
that
friend.
you can do a really good impression of different races. You want to give an impression of mine?
Actually,
Say
there's
it,
this
Chud.
there's a shopkeeper friend of mine called Mr. Patel who's just walked into the room. Would you believe it?
Oh,
Oh
put him
no.
on.
Really? Tell
Yeah.
him I say hello.
I'll
Is
put
he
him
a
on,
foodie?
okay? I'll put him on.
The camera shy.
You're
Yeah.
gonna put him
Jeez.
on?
Alright,
Okay.
We don't need more immigrants. in
Hello,
here.
this is Mr. Patel. See, look, you thought it was racist, and it wasn't. I was just a normal accent, so that's on you. That's on you. You fucked up there.
Damn.
Queen Alexa left her own panel.
God.
Queen
I don't
Alexa's like,
blame
you
her.
know what? I'm done. I'm done. That's it.
Yeah, what is
Dang.
normal? You normal accent? What does normal mean?
Oh shit.
Oh, Chud.
Oh fuck. Oh no.
This is what Erudite was trying to talk to you about, Chud. You're
What's
a
a normal
colonial.
accent?
You don't even realize it. You colonize without even realizing it.
basically
I've
if
been
someone,
micro-colonized right
if
now.
someone if you want to see if someone's got a normal accent, look up the accent on Wikipedia. Check the skin color of the person that's saying it. If it's white, it's normal. That's how I work it out.
Oh my
Jesus.
god. Are you calling me
Today-
abnormal?
Yo,
Do they
colonizing
have
is
a
based.
Wikipedia of accents? Is that?
No, he narrowed
Little
it down to the
MP3
skin
files you
color.
can click.
Wikipedia was an unnecessary step. It was the skin color has to be white. Wikipedia was a very unnecessary step.
No,
in that
Wikipedia
logic.
You know
is
what's
necessary. It's the
worst part
voice of the
about this?
people.
You know what's the
Yeah.
worst part about this is that the conservatives can't do this, okay? They are oppressed. Can you imagine a conservative streamer saying what ChudLogic says? Can you
Yes.
imagine?
True.
They would
I
be
should do
saying
yeah.
so
With
quickly.
his current avatar.
True.
With his current avatar.
Yeah,
Satire, but that's the problem. Satire is protected within TOS, but conservatives say it unironically, so that's their problem.
Oh my god.
Well,
Which-
maybe
Please.
maybe political terrorists should stop targeting conservative Twitch streamers. Just
Agreed.
Maybe
saying.
they should.
Agreed.
Yeah,
I agree.
conservative like Charmhole. Yeah.
So we are all in agreement that Twitch TOS is politically violent. All
Yes.
everybody say aye.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Aye.
No.
Aye.
Big true.
Boom.
Well,
Yep.
hold on,
Motion
hold on.
passed.
Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. Like all patriots, I would like to say that I don't actually read the terms of service.
Babe.
I
Damn
just
straight.
assume that the
Fair.
terms of service will support me because I'm a patriot.
There's
Yeah,
no
because-
terms when it comes to freedom, brother.
See, exactly. My man over there gets it. That's right. He's
Yeet.
from Boston, a real American city. Thank you.
You say real
You know,
American, it's
I'm
full of
gonna
Irish.
yank-
What's
I'm
going
gonna
on
yank
there?
your question, Alexa. I'm gonna yank it. I'm gonna use it later.
What question?
Wait, I wasn't listening. You're
There
gonna
was an
yank
actual
Alexa?
question.
Okay, like I said, I made a mistake and didn't do this very well.
We know you suck.
No, it's good. I'm having fun.
Hey guys, Queen Alexa made a
Get all these
mistake
other people,
and
Queen
put
Alexa.
a panel full of awesome
I made a
people.
mistake, everyone. Time to cancel me.
You don't even have a stream.
That would be violent. I'm not gonna do
It's
that.
the
Not
last
even
time.
streaming.
What happened the last time we tried to cancel Queen Alexa? Remember that? I nearly had a fucking stroke.
Yup.
Okay, we're not doing this again.
Now look at me. Now look at me, motherfuckers. Look at me now. Fuck you. Look at me
We can't. Your cam is off.
Can't see.
now. Fuck you, Zach. Go back to the military. We don't want you.
Whoa. She just said you commit war crimes. What do you say to that?
I don't commit war crimes.
Oh,
Good to have you
exactly
back,
what somebody
Sproutkus.
who commits war crimes would say.
Yeah, hold on. You know who really commits war crimes?
Charmhole.
BLM. Culture
So
war.
true.
So
Yeah,
true,
Whoa.
brother.
But real
Culture
talk,
war
real
crimes.
talk.
Guys, what do you
Really
have to say
nice to
about
have
that?
Hey,
Sproutkus back.
let me
Sproutkus,
let me
very
ask you
glad to have
this.
you back.
Let me ask
Thank
you
you very
this.
much, Stardust.
Hey, if Black Lives Matter, then why does the Democrats abort 5 million babies every day? Think about
Whoa.
that. Mhm.
True.
Yep.
That's political
Let's do abortion
violence.
You know,
debate. I
you
know
taught
there's
me-
really certain things on abortion.
James, you taught me a good lesson. Next time I do this shit, I'm not gonna be Dr. Joe Mama. I'm gonna be Joe the plumber. I'm not
Shit,
doing
yeah. Yo, Joe the Plumber's a base patriot. You could do far worse.
Oh yeah, brother.
Every political panel from now on, I'm going to say the moment somebody says something slightly spicy or offensive, I'm
My
going to be
chat
like,
is freaking
"That's
out. They're like,
political
did
violence.
they say that? Yes, they just said that, chat.
That's political violence." I mean,
That's the
chat.
political shit show for you
Yeah,
people.
and
Just
every
say those
time-
kind of things.
Every
The
time
next debate we're gonna do
Charmhole,
is gonna be about skull shapes.
every time Charmhole comes to a panel, he's gonna say
Knowledge
something
debate when, guys?
extremely stupid.
Huh?
What? What have I
Oh.
said so far today that was stupid?
Nothing.
Thank you.
I think from now on, you're just gonna say stupid stuff. Everything that you said today is extremely intelligent. I fucking love talking to you.
Thank
You
you.
fucking, you enlighten me.
I asked for this love and I accept it. Thank you.
You have the fucking wrinkliest brain out of all the people here.
You know
I
what,
could be-
Stardust? I was
could be
just
in
following your
Rocket League.
chat, and I completely agree with one of your chatters. Neurotica, you know what? We have earned the end of the world. I welcome it now. So,
Very
just
true.
from this panel right here.
No,
Well,
that's
Yeah, this-
hopeless.
anyways, so
That's
That's
true.
what-
This panel has made me think maybe the nuclear holocaust won't be so bad after all.
Precisely.
Just
oh, it'll be bad, but the pain of going through it won't be nearly as bad as this. So
exactly yeah.
I, for one,
can't get-
welcome to white
can't
hot
get-
death.
You can't get cancer from radiation, considering we've already got fucking stage 4 terminal from this fucking debate. It's fine.
Someone in my chat says, "God, the dude in the middle sucks ass." James from the internet, do you eat ass?
Do I eat ass?
he
Patriotic
sucks
ass.
so hard he pulls all their guts out, dude.
Hell yeah.
That's
Hell
good.
yeah. Let me tell you. When we get to the time, she's wearing that patriotic American flag underwear. Let's just say I'm eating a big old slice of freedom.
Woo! Hell yeah!
There's
Got
nothing
that
there's-
poon pie.
exactly. There's nothing wrong with rimming Lady Liberty. Is all I'm
There
saying.
you go.
So we've got two British
Welcome
people in
to
here.
Chud
Maybe we
Nation.
should make them fight.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
Yeah, sure. What do you want to
Yeah.
fight about, Kevin? What's up?
It's like
the-
dog fights, but with British
The
people
queen,
instead.
the queen is definitely dead. So what's up with
We
that?
need something we disagree on, surely.
Who's
Oh,
better,
okay.
Thatcher or wait? Who's better, Thatcher?
Abortion.
Or,
I know for a fact there are people here who disagree about abortion. So,
So wait, I can't be racist to my own white brethren. So the fact that I couldn't tell that there were two British talking people in here is kind of a
No, I
sign.
get this
You
all the
guys sound
time.
so similar.
I get Americans come into my chat and say
Who do you
Chud
think's
Logic's
the better
changed.
British person?
And I just think to myself, I don't sound anything like him, apparently. But Americans
No,
You
he
can't
doesn't
sound
sound
just
like
like
it at all.
ChudLogic.
That's
You
bizarre.
got you two
Okay,
Okay, you
sound
guys have to
almost
fight for
identical.
supremacy. Which one's the
Which one's the most
supreme
British?
Probably
British?
Kevin
Yeah.
Logan's
Doesn't
more British than
matter.
me.
Which one's the
Irish.
better one? Which one of you
Chud
is
is
the
still
better
an
one?
active colonizer,
None of
so
them.
I'm gonna vote Chud.
They're both
Oh my
betas. They're both equal betas because they're fucking
I'm trying to have a
English.
fucking dog fight, dog British
They
fight.
they
Okay.
couldn't fucking hold on to America with their weak ass pasty British ass hands.
Have you ever seen Brits fight? It's not a fight. They just go, oh, your tea set isn't quite as polished as mine. It's like,
You
yeah, well,
clearly-
your tea set is tarnished.
But
Like,
you've
I
clearly
disagree.
never you've never seen football hooligans literally cutting each other's faces open, have you?
True.
oh, I think you have.
Yes.
Okay, I think you
literally-
saying the phrase
Yeah, it
football
was-
hooligans means
I
you win,
do.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Cutting their
Thank
fa-
you.
Yeah.
Football
No,
hooligans? That sounds racist.
It is. It is.
true.
There's
What are the
thugs.
origins of that word there?
Football thugs is what
Okay,
they
who
are.
do you think is the more
You're playing
racist out of the
football.
two of them? Who's the most racist British person?
Oh,
I'm gonna say
ChudLogic.
ChudLogic.
ChudLogic literally made his career of being a racist. Like we only know ChudLogic for being a fucking racist.
Whoa.
It's literally
Kevin Logan has
only, that's
what
it.
is ChudLogic without being a racist?
minute,
What
wait
is
a
it?
minute,
Can
wait a minute,
someone
hold on,
explain what
hold on,
ChudLogic is
hold on.
outside of a racist?
Hold on, wait, hold on.
He's
hold on. You're looking. You're looking at a cartoon guy with a cartoon hat and a cartoon Mexican mask on him. How could you what?
You know,
One
he might be
time-
the least racist, actually.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
he
He's
racist
obviously
is
the least
bullshit.
racist. The guy with
He's
the
representing
two
the
first
three
names.
cultures at once.
No, James, shut up. Here's the thing. Chud called me once. It was me, Destiny, ChudLogic, and they were just saying the N-word, right? They were just sitting there just saying it, going crazy with the N-word. It was wild. So, and then Brittany came in. Dear God. Oh my God. It was the
How many
worst.
times did they say
Okay,
Nazi?
here's how we really test their racism. Okay. Both of you guys have one chance to say the most racist thing possible to me, okay? Now, I know you have it in you because we've got a history. It's in our blood, okay? So, who wants to go first?
I can't say anything racist.
Before,
It's TOS.
before you do it, let me mute my stream. That way I don't get banned. But
Yeah.
it'll be all right.
I was just going to
do
say
it.
that. I was going to say the C word, but I don't want to go to that kind
So
of.
why? So on the topic of racism, why is it okay now for people to be racist against Russians?
It's not.
Because Russians
It-
don't fucking
It
exist.
definitely is. Have you seen?
Russians
Russian-
aren't
Well, I
even-
mean, I
Russian
know,
is
but
not
it's
a
cringe to
race.
be racist, and we should
Russia
all say
isn't
that, hey, it's
real.
cringe, don't do that.
How is
Russian
it
is not a
racist?
race. Russian
Like,
is not a
should-
race.
People pulling out their burgers out of Russia. People pulling out their video
No,
games.
Russia doesn't
like-
exist. Russia's a fucking made-up place. It's not real.
Russians are
Stop-
not a race.
Stop gaslighting me.
It's a fucking place people tell to scare their kids to go to church on Sunday. Oh, Russia exists. If you don't, the communists are going to fucking eat you.
I think it's pretty.
It's not
fucked up.
real.
I think it's pretty fun. Now that was incredibly racist because now you're denying an entire people their agency. Like, wow. Honestly, I
Oh.
think it's pretty fucked up. And the moment somebody does something that's anti-China, we got to hashtag stop Chinese hate or stop Asian hate, right? But now it's okay for Visa and
I think we should-
MasterCard to pull out
we should
their
just
banks.
We should just
out of-
invade Russia. We should just
Like-
give Ukraine all of the weapons ever and just invade Russia. Fuck it. Why
We're
not?
just
We've
so
given them a lot
fucking
of weapons.
enthusiastic about
Hmm.
Russians that we just invade it. We're like, we like you so much, we're gonna be there with you.
Exactly.
That works, right?
We want to come to Moscow and show you so much love. Oh, we're going to show you so much love, everyone. Come on now. Beautiful.
I don't know. That sounds politically violent to me.
It fucking will be, yeah. And what?
Whoa, jeez.
I'm surprised my chat hasn't had a fucking aneurysm over the stuff that I've been saying. I mean,
Thank
I
you
guess
for unbanning me. I will behave myself.
As soon as he gets unbanned, he just says the N-word.
I don't do that. I never do that. People think I do that because I had a debate with a DGGer about it, and everybody
People think
says
you
I
do that because you've done it before.
I don't though.
Come
Proof. Done
Gremlin
it
wants to
before.
be
Where's
unbanned.
proof?
Up to you though. You don't have to unban them if you don't want to. KF Logan. They're asking in my chat. So I
Who
figured
did I ban?
Really Come Gremlin, they're asking But it's up to
Oh,
you. I
if
don't know.
they private message me, I'll unban them or whatever. I don't.
Wait,
Yeah.
you're KF Logan?
I am KF Logan. Yes.
Jeez, that explains.
I'm
a
not
lot.
ChudLogic. I'm not ChudLogic. I promise.
I'm
That explains a lot.
Stardust, so
See, and all like moderation, especially chat moderation, is like the pinnacle of political liberal fascism. Okay, do you understand? It's
Those
political.
words,
Political
yeah,
liberal
those
fascism. Holy
liberal
I think
shit.
fascism is
Sproutacus can
definitely a
agree with
thing
me on
that
this. I think Sproutacus agrees.
Poor Sprouticus. He's just sitting here listening to this.
I am just
What
here
even
for the
is
ride.
what even
to
is
be
going on right now?
honest.
Like, what the fuck
I
is the
said
point of all
I'd show
this?
up. I showed up, and now I'm just here so I don't get fined. All right.
Like, what is what? I'm so confused.
Queen Alexa fucked up.
Okay, so here's what happened. So I didn't know what to do for a show, and Dr. Jamal was like, "Let's do political violence." This thing, that's a genius idea. So I'll just reach out to a bunch of people. We'll see what happens. But I never asked the people what they believed. So fuck me.
I don't think it's even what they believe. I think what it is the parameters are too broad, right?
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah,
our
it's too easy to find
political-
common ground.
Is political violence appropriate in as a form of protest ever, right? Or something like that. That would add some more parameters to it, and then people will start disagreeing, I think. But
Yeah, so-
political violence is a whole.
Or do some really controversial spicy shit like, is it okay to
I
attack
did the
the
grandfather
police? or
replacement
something?
theory panel like 2 days ago, like 2 weeks ago, and then before that, did Russia v Ukraine? Like,
Yeah. Is it
Nothing
okay to
wrong with
hate
a nice
Russians?
little chill hangout, though. So.
yeah. So I think this is okay. So
So
let's.
you're doing it on my day, Queen Alexa. No, I'm just kidding.
I love you, Stardust. Okay. Okay. So this is what we're gonna do. We'll shut this out. I promise. The next show, which will be next week, is gonna be fucking fire. All right. I want to fucking. It's gonna be an 80-person panel. I did 30 that one time that canceled me. I'll do 80 this time. All right. I'm gonna get every person on Twitch following.
The shit show extravaganza, right?
Yeah,
10 minutes
be
of 80
absolutely
people
awful.
screaming.
Can we
Yeah.
follow you on twitch.tv/political shit show?
All right, so we're just gonna close this out. Like I said, I promise I'll do better next show because holy fuck, this is bad.
So we all
Um,
agree political violence is fucking based, yeah?
Yeah, true. All right,
Yeah.
just we're gonna close out. Charmhole, thank you for coming. I know you just gonna. So here, Charmhole, just shout your thing.
Twitch.tv/Charmhole. Thanks for all the follows. Thank you all for allowing me here. Zelensky is a puppet. Putin is based. And I could beat
Zelensky
you
fucked your
all.
mom. Shut
I
up.
could beat. She needs it. And I could beat you all in Rocket League easily. Thank you.
All right, ChudLogic.
Yeah. Thanks for inviting me on. Thanks. That's it.
High energy. Come on. Come on.
All right.
Sorry. I've done. That's it. Listen. Go and follow Kevin Logan.
Thank you.
What do you want, nerd?
Yeah, if you want someone who sounds like ChudLogic but isn't as good at this, come over to my channel. Yeah.
Oh shit. Still up. Get out of here.
All right, Grimlow.
My brain is fried from this conversation, but twitch.tv/Gremlo, Monday through Friday. Hit me up.
All right, James from the internet.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's James from America.
I
Unfortunately,
don't care. It's James from the internet or change the fucking name.
Twitch only lets you change it once every 3 months because they're a bunch of fucking communists who keep wanting to hold me back because they don't believe in fucking patriotism. That's why all of Twitch politics is all filled with these fucking hippies and these BLMers and their fucking critical race theory and fucking all the Illuminati people who hang out with George Soros. That's why this entire goddamn Twitch platform is a shit show. But don't worry, one day the police are going to clean it up. Back the blue.
All right, Rhizome.
Hey, I mean, it looks like we got to the bottom of this today. What else can I say? See, that's it.
Is that a gay reference?
Where do we find you, Rhizome, you fucking newbie?
On
every
Twitch.
panel.
Yeah, on every
Twitch.
panel, everywhere,
There's
all
a
the
rule
time.
on Twitch. You are not allowed to have a panel unless you book Rhizome.
RHYZOHM because people don't know how to spell it.
True, I do have to look at your name sometimes to spell it because I'm retarded. But all right, Stardust.
Hi, I'm Stardust. I don't know what's going on, but come check me out. I'm on Twitch a lot of the time, 7 days a week. See ya.
All right, fuck Zach. All right, Demon Machine.
Oh, sorry. I fix cars 5 days a week, and then on Sundays, which is tomorrow, I run a podcast called Shit Talk Sunday, where pretty much the same shit happens. You show up and you get to participate, and like everybody can show up. So I just started
Sounds like
really early in the
communism.
morning because I had that time then. So
All right, Sprouticus.
All right, so you can follow The Sprouticus on twitch.tv, The Sprouticus on Twitter, Constitutionalist Conservative. This debate, I think I literally grew a tumor in my brain throughout this debate. So, yeah, go follow me on The Sprouticus at twitch.tv to make the tumor smaller.
All
Hey, you should all go follow that Patriot.
All right, Kevin Logan.
At KF Logan 1875, you can follow me where I will be taking a look at my new favourite lolco, Charmhole, and his absolute nonsense.
Like I said, I promise you, next show I'll do better. Like I said, I didn't do this one correctly. I'll do better next time.
It's
Join
it's
the Political
okay.
Shit
I
Show.
enjoyed staying up till
Yeah,
half
we
one
had
in the
fun,
morning
don't
for this
worry.
conversation. This was well worthwhile.
I know,
yeah.
but like usually
Yeah,
I try to
it's
set
fun.
up more and like not where we're just like literally talking about random shit.
I'm
I brought
only
Charlie
playing,
in
I'm
just to
playing.
literally bully him. That's the only reason I brought him in. It's for y'all literally just to bully him.
Yeah, well, he is like again. I don't want to be too rude, but he is a monumental prick. Like really,
He will be on
just
every open panel we do.
fucking insufferable.
He's
Jesus.
going to be on every open panel we do on the Political Shit Show because I love Charmhole so much because he's so goddamn funny. All right.
To be honest, I didn't find him. I just thought he was fucking boring.
Well,
Just
just like
ranting on and on for fucking ages. Jesus
It's hard to
Christ.
make fun of someone when they bask in being made fun of.
Yeah.
Well, we had him on for the trucker convoy, and he just started going on a rant on like if you're against the truckers, you're like pro-terrorism.
True. True.
See, that's the kind of terrorism we can all get
True.
behind. Yeah, absolutely.
Turns out Charmhole's based. I didn't know.
Okay, we done?
Yeah, we're done.
Thanks, everybody.
Right, bye.
Thanks for
All right,
coming.
y'all.
we
Yeah,
have to
cheers.
leave.